Hello there everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about how a simple solo lane invade strategy can help carry both you and your team to victory in pretty much all of your matches. The main concept of this strategy is to put yourself behind early so that both your jungler and mid can carry the rest of the game. So let's break it down, talk about what we do, how we should do it, and what gods can really excel at doing this the best. So first, what are we trying to do? We are trying to prevent the mid and jungler from splitting the speed camp at the 23-second mark when it spawns. By preventing this, we are basically setting both the jungler and mid behind by a significant margin, because what really sets this off is junglers like to go speed buff, harpies, and then blue buff to hit level 2, and then mid laners help the speed buff, and then after their first wave are hitting level 2. By taking away this start, both the jungler and mid are going to be behind and uncomfortable, and this is where you get to come in and really just abuse. So let's just start the clip over, talk about when I'm doing stuff, why I'm doing stuff, and just go from there. So at the start of the game, I'm buying my warrior tabby, picking up teleport, getting chalice, and then 3 health potions. Then as the clock rounds and starts hitting 0, I am going to start letting the jungler and mid know that I am there. Remember, the goal of this strategy is to distract them. If you get a kill, that's awesome, but you are primarily looking to delay them starting speed buff. And so far so good, Robin thinks I'm by the frickin' harpies. So as things go on, I am now really forcing the issue and saying you cannot do speed buff. I have my ring toss, which will hit both of them, and as you can see by the first ring toss, it does do a fair bit of damage. Now at this point, Hera actually does something incredibly smart and just nopes out and goes to lane. If she stays and tries to fight, I A, have a really good ring bounce option, and B, she's going to be infinitely further behind. So her going and noping out to lane is good. She's going to be behind, but not terribly far behind. This Robin, on the other hand, we are now a minute into the game and he has not done speed buff yet. Now, I may be low on health, but I know that I am faster than Robin and I have a slow. This works out in my favor. Ring bounce slows enemies and increases my movement speed. So by them giving me a ring bounce option, I'm actually safer. But then finally, look at the potions. You want to utilize your potions really well because they're the only thing that's going to sustain you. I've been fighting Robin for a minute and a half, and I am still, despite taking a bunch of damage from him, am more than okay to keep fighting because my potions have been ticking. And at the end of the day, Hera misses her 2, I get a kill, and the invade strategy really works. So now let's put this into perspective as to how detrimental this strategy really is. Now remember, this is an early game Ravana jungle. He wants to get out, get farming, and get killing because his early game is better than his mid game. Let's see at what point in the game Robin hits level 2. And now, as you can see, because Bakasura invaded their blue, we took their harpies, Robin isn't able to hit level 2 until about 4.5 minutes into the game. This is a death sentence as a jungler, and this is the principle on why the invade strat works. As for myself, I may be a little bit behind, but I will get back into the game because of how farming works. I can play safe, I can use ring bounce, and honestly, as Nausea especially, you can really look to fight them under the totem where you can ring bounce them 7 times for pretty much free. So that is basically the principle, and it does not just work as Nausea. This strategy works especially well on characters with higher sustain, really agile abilities like King Arthur or Achilles, or those that can just straight up kill you, like Nausea or Ratataskor or Arachne. Just try to remember why you're doing the invade. Everything has to have a reason, and the reason is you want to set the opposing jungler behind by denying them farm, so that your jungler, and of course your mid as well to a certain degree, is going to be able to carry the game through a huge early experience lead. And since I see this as a very common complaint when things go a little bit awry, remember, even if you die and give up first blood, the gold and minimal experience they get for splitting first blood on you is way less than the weight of the game they are going to lose by not starting speed buff on time. Even if you die at like the 45-second mark because 3 people collapse on you or the mid and jungle just have a lot of damage and you can't keep up, you still are setting your team up for success because it just doesn't matter. They can split first blood. It's irrelevant because they haven't done their buffs, and the buffs are the bulk of the experience, and you've just put them super far behind. And as a final note, if you see your solo laner invading and stalling for time, you do not need to bail them out, you need to farm. Nothing is just more frustrating than when I do this for my team and then they try and bail me out or they're not farming. Ideally, as a mid, if I'm doing this shit, steal their red buff, right? Go and steal some buffs, maybe put some pressure on duo, but don't come and bail me out. I've pretty much written off my life when I do this strategy, so yeah, that's that. That's the solo lane strategy. It's helped me start to climb out of elo hell. I hope I can join my diamond friends soon so I can actually play with them. But yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care now.